Hello there, this is Ratchet 7 coming to you today with another quick review. Today it's something old and something new. I got Gamer Edition War for Cybertron Ratchet back before I went to TFCon. Had every intention to open it up there and reviewing it and playing with it, but then I got into that Magic Square knockoff and went down that rabbit hole thanks to Jimmy G, the place to be with the good and the bad and the awesome. I really do appreciate that, bud. But also found in the onslaught of new stuff in the Age of Primes in the new Studio series, it's actually packed in with one Sentinel Prime, one Scrapper, but it's also that Gamer Edition Ironhide. So we're going to put those two together, review them together, same mold, and see what they are like together. Make sure to like, share, subscribe, all the stuff down below. Thanks again for watching. Let's turn this camera around and take a closer look at both Ratchet and Ironhide. From, as promised, there's something old and something new, and the sides of the box, how they differ. And actually what we should probably do is do it like that. So that's how they differ. You get a nice wraparound with Ironhide there. You get the old stuff with the button there signifying Game Edition. Gone is the numbering system, but there you go. I like how everything does better back here. 28 steps for both, and just nice to have both of these in hand to review them at once and do two birds with one stone thing. Let's get these guys cracked open and take a closer look. And here are Ratchet and Ironhide from War for Cybertron Gamer Edition series, Studio series figures. They're in here, and I mean, like I was saying earlier, the fix is in. You got both of them in one shot here with me this time around. I'm going to move this back out of the way in hopes that the wind doesn't go and do another gust and knock everything over again. This is what you get on the back side. Kind of ugly little mess, but they look more than better from the front side. And being that they are the same mold but different tooling pieces, they pretty much have the same articulation. So we're going to start off and go through that now. And that articulation as goes, starting with the head and working our way down. On Ratchet, you can get it all the way around 360 due to the way his head is molded. On Mr. Ironhide here, you can only get that far and back the other way that far because of all the junk in this helmet headpiece in the back there. These things are molded differently, so that would explain a whole lot as to why that's different there. They both got these like hinges on the shoulder area that you can expose their under shoulders, and they're on a ball and socket and a pivot, so then you can get the full Mr. T if you need to be. And you can see, good night, the hollow awful waffleness throughout. I'm going to go on to TS Pharmacy, and yeah, the top of the wrist, that is so painful, guys. It's like you go to one extreme to the other. I'm just going to go do it like this and show it all, show off all that awfully waffly. I mean, that is I mean, that's horrid, guys. I mean, bam. You do get all the way around on a waist swivel. Yes, sir. We're going to leave him all spread eagle out like that. We're going to see if he's got the same issues here. And I almost can guarantee you that, yes, you got the same kind of god-awfully waffly all the way throughout. And they even managed to hollow out the thumb on the top. The bottom is filled in, thankfully. But they do take extreme pride and or pleasure in saying, let's cut that budget some more there. He can get all the way around on that waist as well. So there's that. You can get full Mr. T and full Van Damage with Ironhide. We're going to let him sit there if he'll sit there. And same thing with Ironhide, even with the molding differences. You still get the full Mr. T, full Van Dam with him in there. I'm going to go back over here to the legs. You kick up that high. Got the junk in the trunk. It's okay. You can go back that far until it stops. You can get that much in the knee. It's serviceable for what it is. I love those pinwheels, by the way. You got ankle rockers and some toe tilt due to the way that this is done. And more awful wafflies. No back. None of that. And you do get a nice ankle rocker, and that's with both, guys. So Let's get these guys back down into shape here. Bear with me a second more as I fiddly fartle with the shoulder pylons and stuff. I do gotta say I like how it looks when you don't see the hollow bits, but I mean it's just really freaking annoying the way they did the hands on both of these guys. They did it to both of them, and I'm not really good with all that. I mean, these gamer editions have been hit and miss, and they should have been knocked out of the park, and they've had more than enough time to plan and do, and then so they fail at that. And they even managed to get the insides there of that, and that's supposed to be for the transformation. That said and done, we're going to take a closer look at their artillery real quick. He's got a spinny thing right here on his, it's got like a blast effects port there, so you could do this stuff there. Like the pegs, I will never use that Gamer Edition arm thing that they got going on there. In order to get the axe on, you got to pull that off, and even the axe has got some unholiness there too. His is a lighter orange or a darker red, however you, oh yeah, he's a little slightly darker red. Same things here, but he's got a center action pew pew that will do this stuff, but I will never use that part. I'm glad that they got the handles so we can use it as, you know, Transformers should be able to hold their pew pews. Let's get these guys into their vehicle modes and take a closer look. And here is Ratchet and Ironhide in their vehicle modes for War for Cybertron, and I gotta say these are quite impressive. The way that the top half folds up and compresses, then turns 180, and then the legs kind of unfurl, twist around, come back across and in. It's like they did the ultimate shelf formers here, and you can see the ugly weapon storage there off of the back ends, but I'll probably not display them like that if they're ever in vehicle mode to be displayed. It'll be just straight up awesome stuff there. The axes make it look like they're tank-esque, but I mean they are just axes on top of the cars. We're going to take all that off. Let's just get it off and get it out of there. They roll around super duper good, super clean, and I love the way that these look, man. I mean, these guys are top notch. I mean, that is awesome. And it's amazing how it all just kind of it locks together once if you're patient enough and you get everything just right. It sits flush, locks together. This is what the underside looks like, and even this front leg flap has to tab in on 2 tabs there, 2 slot holes there, and it just reinforces it all together. Now the tricky part was to get these shoulder pieces on both of the Ironhide and Ratchet to get up underneath there and lock it away. But I mean, it's like tab, 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 and tab. I mean, it's tabalicious, man. That's why I'm going at there. I love the red that is on him right here, just like that. And I guess back the other way, I do like the red and white mix where it's at there. The gray definitely denotes more of an Ironhide and vibe, and love the pinwheels. I mean, that is pure win. I don't like the little tabs in the middle, and like I said, they roll like champs, and they got plenty of clearance. The heads are hidden, and I absolutely adore these vehicle modes. I'm so glad I got both of them together. I'm glad I actually was patient and waited for Ironhide to join Ratchet onto the turntable so I could do both of them at once. And even this is a little bit different, but I mean, that's how they did it. They handle that and do that. So there's only one thing left to do, is to get these guys back into their robot modes and get them in some final thoughts. Final thoughts on Ratchet and Ironhide from War for Cybertron Gamer Edition Studio Series. I recommend these two pretty highly. Not saying when they're out without their faults. The waffleness, if it wasn't there, these would be damn near perfect, because I like the way that in both of these legs on both of these guys, how pretty much the whole back end of the car, it folds into the back of the cabs or whatever, folds up and is compact and tight. A little bit of junk in those trunks, but the way it unfurls and then wraps back around and locks together, it's something to behold. Like it's a really neat transformation. I give the crew, props for that. I came up with one more embellished, okay, Ratchet's through fixing things. He's ready to tear things up, and so is Ironhide. being, Optimus's, weapon specialist. He's not really showing off his cannons, but he really wants to take the axe to the Decepticons. And Ratchet's tired of their BS, so he's gonna throw down. These are just a couple of fan modes I did just to have a little bit of fun with these guys, and come up saying hi. I highly recommend. The only negative I have about this guy with his head is that you can't do the articulation that you can with Ratchet's head, and it is what it is. I'm not too crazy about the shoulder pieces, but I like that they compose and do what you need to do for, getting it on the shelf like that. I would be a nightmare if you ever had to do stop motion with this. So, these guys are pretty, for being hollow, they are pretty solid. And I see why NY Hunter was just so happy to get a hold of Ratchet back then. And I'm so tickled to have both of them on the turntable today. Thanks again for watching my channel, guys. Make sure to like, share, subscribe, all the stuff down below. Thanks again for watching. That's going to wrap up War for Cybertron Gamer Edition Studio Series, Ratchet and Ironhide. That game was a ton of a blast to play. I'm going to have to go back and dig it out and play it again and stuff. Just having these forms here. And then I might even also dabble back into third party and get the Planet X versions if I can find them for cheap again. They were cheap there at one Black Friday in the last couple of years, and I didn't jump on it, and I should have had it. But yeah, these guys are awesome. Thanks again for watching. Y'all have a great day. Stay safe. Until all are one.